We should be live. Check on Facebook.
Let me see.
Facebooker.
You told me. I mean, I didn't even mean.
There we go.
Yeah, we're back at it. We're back at it. We're back at it once again, man. You know how we get down each and every Sunday, wrong time. 8:41 today, but normally we be live at 7:30 Eastern time each and every Sunday, man. We was late today, but we're gonna show y'all why, because we had a dope interview. So hey, you know how we get down. But go ahead, I can't take off.
Hey, we ain't playing no game. We're gonna get straight to the point. This is part 2 to the discussion we had last week. Why do black men date out their race? Part 2. We covered a lot of aspects in the beginning, and now we're going to get in depth. Straight to the juggler. If you're mad, take it on with your higher creator. If you're Islam, Allah, Jewish, Yahweh, the voodoo gods, or if you're a black Christian, your pastor, because y'all don't pray to God, y'all pray to your black pastor. So and when we're talking about the men who do get out the race, it is the black men that most black women don't want. And it is the black men that most black women don't want. And sometimes black men in the upper echelon who gets a certain amount of money are looking for certain key things that our population might not have. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be honest with ourselves to take accountability to reason why we don't see certain type of black women that's in the top with some of these black men. You know what I mean? And that's just really the case about it. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but it's just the reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna let my brothers take it, but I'm gonna just one point. Me being a man who's of a different ilk, I'm a Pokemon nigga. I'm not a Double D John. I like gadgets and shit like that. I don't wear Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Half the time, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking homeless. I got a Pink Floyd shirt on. Most women will be like, oh, that ain't the type of nigga, and he don't got no drove on. I know who else is checking me out with this. Mighty Soul. Mighty Soul is wondering, hey, he has a Pink Floyd shirt on. Maybe me and him could connect on the same level. So it's just that point exactly. Why should we get mad? We don't get mad when women say they want to divest from black men. They want to leave. Listen, their favorite term, we're walking away from Blackistan. We never complain. I want you to be happy. Be happy in your skin and be happy with the one you love. You know what I mean? Not saying that we stop dating black men, but the conversation needs to be had. Go ahead, my brother.
And I want to say this too. You know, like I said, we covered a lot of stuff in part 1. This is part 2. And I really believe, like, the women that wants that man, that black man who's in the upper echelon, who kind of demands a little bit more of looking for a long-term relationship or look for a long-time, you know, marriage, if that's the case, for a lifetime partner, you know, I feel like if your femininity's not the part, you know, I think you need to take up and go with a femininity coach or femininity classes. There's a lot of women on this YouTube page who does well. We're talking about I can name a few. Danica Marie, shout out to her. She's married. She's really good. Six, the goddess, she is really depth and detail.
Yep.
Just Pearly Things. She's coming up.
Woo!
I mean, she's killing the game. And my Courtney Michelle off of Lapeef.
She's another one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Pearly Things. When I listen to her, she made me think, should I cross over?
And I want to get one more, Hakeem, one more. And she to me, and she brings it, especially in our community. She brings it, and that's our Prince McCure.
Yeah,
she like brings it. And she's very, very intelligent. You know, very good at femininity. You know, and like I said, there's coaches out there. I just feel like, and also, you know, teaches our younger generation to do the right thing. I know when I have my kids, you know, if I have boys or girls, I'm gonna teach them the right way, you know, how it's properly done. Since me and my wife, you know, we're definitely very oriented, you know, That's one of our passions right there. We're about family first, you know, and to really, really put it, you know, when we had kids, put it into our kids, you know, and it's really paying it forward too. And it paid forward to, you know, other kids too. You know, I have little nieces, nephews, other friends, all that type of stuff. So, well, go ahead, Hakeem.
Brother, you said something real pivotal there. If our Black women today want to retain the men that we need, they need to see a femininity coach. But there's a caveat to that. Femininity, you need to see a woman. If you want to learn how to get a man and keep him, you need to see a male dating coach. Women cannot tell you what a man wants, especially the type of man you're not used to. Most Black women are not used to square men. Most Black women are not used to men who don't have a good D game. Your husband ain't gonna have the best D game. And I'm just saying this from a percentage point of view. You need to listen to men to tell you how to get the kind of husband you want that's gonna be a provider, protector, and who's gonna give you that marriage that long. It's not gonna be the way you want, because a lot of y'all want that thug love marriage. Ain't no such thing as that. Rip your panties from the back and take it. No, that's not the type of marriage over here, baby.
I had a question for you, Hakeem. Since with that, do you think with feminism, which, like I say, it's not going anywhere, do you think that how strongest feminism is so far is that, you know, women, you know, when they say they don't need no man, they're not going to listen to you, period? How do you feel about that? You're not going to listen at all?
Brother, as soon as our Black women accepted feminism in the 1980s, niggas was running for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
We had lost them after that. A lot of men was like, hey, might as well check that. That's why you see photos. You see the video Osei Jew Jackson put out earlier today. We got our lick back. He showed a Black man with a passport. Sweetheart, the travel bros are exposing us to some things we haven't seen before. Because we usually think that we shouldn't travel. We got enough Black women here, a plethora is here. You know what I mean? A lot of us that say, hey, I don't mind dealing with the attitude. I don't mind dealing with the disrespect. I don't mind with dealing with the non-femininity who are masculine. A lot of men say, hey, maybe we need a masculine man. A masculine women, I mean. You feel what I'm trying to say? But when you hear the perspective from a woman like Pearly Things, and a lot of people all say, oh, we can't, you have to listen to your counterparts. Queen, look at your Hispanic homegirls. Look at your white homegirls. Look how they treat their men in their race, and you can see how you should treat your men in your race. Because our relationship is a little bit different with our Black women. Due to the trauma that we've been going through here, and then the degradation of Black men in America made Black women lack respect for us. So they feel like we're just a pack of hyenas now. I'm supposed to eat last before your son. Even though I pay the bills in the house. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna go to a house where I'm gonna eat first. Go ahead.
No, but some of the aspect, because some people say, why do Black men date outside race? Now, I wasn't in last week on show. My apologies for that. But then I still tuned in to see certain things, certain topics I was talking about when it came to the aspect of Black women earning a certain amount of money. But do you know that majority of the women didn't kick Black men out of the house? Some Black men deliberately himself left the home. Not all Black women kicked them out of the house. You know, I'm not gonna say all Black women kick all the Black men out. No, some men literally took the opportunity when segregation came, took the opportunity and said, you know what, I'm gonna leave because I got other options elsewhere. Because remember in the 1960s, some of the marriages was forced. I think you know that, because due to segregation, the Black women and Black men was forced to date each other because they couldn't date anybody else because of the Jim Crow laws and certain laws. So, you know, half of our grandparents stayed together because of that aspect of the Jim Crow laws. Now, when that got done away with, segregation came. I know I'm gonna let you go in, Hakeem, but segregation came. Now it allowed Black men to have more options. So Black men today say, you know what, I don't want to deal with a Black woman at all. Now, we already know statistics show that Black men are most race loyal. Yes. But that's not always necessarily true, because if you talk to a Black man today, he said, no, I want to talk to a Latino. I want to talk from what I see, Most of my friends say they want to date outside their race. But go.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Two-part question. Why do you think most black men was leaving the household? And let's not get to the extreme what most women get to. That's first thing. Second is too, I gotta go back to the same thing I've been screaming. If 85% of us are still marrying black women, it's the 30% that black women do not want. The men.
Yeah, because you asked a question, why did some black man, why did some black woman make it hard on some black man? It's because remember as the generation increased in the 1960s, remember welfare and all that started increasing, it starts getting hard for the black man. I think you already know, like unemployment rate for the black man was extremely high, like it is today. I think it was like 20, it was up to like 20%. Black men wasn't working like they are, it still is today. A lot of black men ain't working. So the number's still the same. I dig in and did some research because, there's people I follow because I want to, when you listen to other black women, hear what they're saying and not get defensive or get upset or get emotional about it, but hear the information, what they're saying. They say black men back then was not working. They like less than like they is now. Not all, but there's a small group of black men you see today, they're not working, they ain't doing nothing, they ain't trying to be nothing in society. They're trying to make society worse. Those are the men that the women are referring to, not us on this panel.
If that's the case,
women want to get in a relationship. Go ahead.
If that's the case, why did they pick? It sounds like if that's the case, why did they pick them then? That's the thing. Why did they choose?
Because remember the women, especially us, most of our women we talk to are women from the hood. Even people on the podcast, they tell you most of the women we talk to, we don't talk to women in the upper class. We just don't do it. We talk to the women that we are our environment in. And remember, women in the hood are very influenced by music, and they're viewed by television, and they're viewed by social media. So all that plays a part. So they're gonna portray whatever social media are portraying them to be. Because if you talk to a woman today, they say at the end of the day, a woman, even though she's dealing with a Pookie or Rary, she'll be like, "Hey, I still want a good black man, though." Go ahead.
You're 100% right, but the fantasy that our queens have is thinking that they still want a certain type of black man, but knowing they can't get that, they try to build that into a man that they already have. Our biggest issue right now is black men that the women who we're dealing with, they're competing with us. They want to be better than us. They'll mention their degrees, they'll mention their accolades. If you're a hardworking man, you're in tech, you're doing this and that, you got to work twice as hard as the Hispanic man, even though the Hispanic man gets submission for less. That's in their culture.
But you understand, but you know the black man earns more than the Hispanic man.
He does. Right? You're right. We do earn more than them, twice as much more than them, but they women are more loyal. I've never heard of
because it's cultural based. Remember, you even said that because you actually know somebody culture based, and that's when they was taught from little. Most of the women that we deal with are taught from the hood base. They city girls. I mean, you see, they came out with
right. Listen, you could have a girl who's at the same level as you. As soon as she gets a degree, you could still be dating her. Her conversation to you starts to change.
Yeah, because she still got that city girl type mentality. But you know, when a girl dealing with a real man, Hakeem, even you told me that too, and Jordan as well. When a girl dealing with a real man, she gonna come correct. She's not gonna throw her degrees in his face.
No, she won't.
She only do that as a test. Because remember, women do stuff to test a man. How far can I go? If a woman throwing a degree in your face and you allow her to throw that degree in your face, whose fault is that? It's not the woman's fault, it's your fault. Because you're not supposed to allow her to throw that degree in her face. In your face, I mean.
100%. Jabari in the comments said, he said, you look more attractive when you have money. Jabari said that.
Yeah.
And he's 100% right, but it's a sad reality that money defines your worth to the woman that belongs to you. Are you following me now?
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad reality where you as a hardworking, good, law-abiding citizen is not that. I always tell a woman this: if a man loves you, he's gonna work hard to make sure you're okay. That's good man. So you should not have to question what he does for money. You should question if he ain't beating your ass every day or giving you eye jammies or wheel kicks.
But as inflation continues to rise, we already know as the number continues to go up, it's already at 9.1. Black man has to earn more. It's just a fact. Even though we even talk about that, black man has to earn more. So it's not wrong for a woman to tell his man, "I want you to earn more than me." She wants you to earn more than her.
Listen, stay in your place, woman. You don't tell me what to earn. Stay in your place.
But Hakeem, you want to have a family,
Listen,
you want to have a house, you want to make some kids, but you gotta earn more.
Let's get something straight. People have family for less. There's white folks still in some backyard countries having kids and their women are look. I met a white boy one time driving up Ohio. You could I looked at him. He's a truck driver. Mm-hmm. His wife went to school. His wife worships listen, while he was towing me, mind you, he's the tow guy. While he was towing me, the wife called him on the phone. I heard this and said, babe, I just cooked you some dinner. When you get off of work, I'll be home. This is a truck driver now. He's a tow guy. He said, this is all I'm doing. My baby supported me. A woman do not have to tell you to have ambition. You gonna listen, if you a real man, you're gonna go out there and get money. But sometimes you might like what you do. It's not about the money sometimes. Women are living in fantasy. They are so obsessed with traveling. They're so obsessed, they say some of these women, I get sick and tired of when a woman say, I got a business. I'm an entrepreneur. Go ahead, bro.
I'll tell you this, I understand for me, as me in the marriage, I know inflation is kicking in. I know eventually, I'm making decent money, but do I want to keep exceeding what I'm doing? Yes. So for me, it's like for assisting inflation, it's like, yo, there's probably some stuff we can't do that we usually do when inflation wasn't there. So what I do is I tell my wife, hey, there's some stuff we can't do, but we still building that wealth and everything and all that type of stuff. I feel like a woman should say, oh, you need to make more money. It's like, wait a minute. It's a progress, because you have to be steady and have a plan and be progressive. It's not that money's not gonna come just like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be patient. Women has to be patient. Hakeem is right. That girl need to know her place because a man always has a plan to do that. Period. For me, I know about inflation. I know, okay, this is the plan, what we gonna do. We have our money, let's save up our money, let's save what we need to save, you know what the hell's going on. Save up our money so if some shit pops off, we have money saved right there. Go ahead, King.
I want to say something. I gotta mention the Kevin Samuel talking point.
Go ahead.
Most men do not hit their financial stride until they're 45. By the time you hit 40 or your late 30s, you start to know what you're thinking. You start to get right now at my age, I'm making more money than I've ever made before. I have more money saved at 40. I understand that now. In my 30s, you're just moving and grooving. You're going from job to job until something hits. So this is what the thing is. Why should a woman tell you when you yourself instinctively know you're going to hit what you want to hit at a certain age? And this is why it's best. Kevin said this, and I kind of sent to believe it's best for men to wait until they're late in their late 30s to even potentially think about being with a woman or seriously. Because you want to know why?
But Hakeem, you gotta look at the facts. The facts today, like man, not even living to be 50 anymore. So you don't wait till you 50, mind you. Man is not waiting to live till he's 50 anymore. We don't wait till we hit 50 to hit that stride. I think not, because now today, society, especially the technology we have, the information and the resources, men today and historically can make six figures. If you put in the work and start BSing and start wasting time. Now, the value of a woman, I always tell people there's more to a woman than the actual her cooking, cleaning, and doing the small little things. Women can actually take man to the next level because a woman is a helpmate. So wherever the man is lacking, the woman's supposed to help him in that area.
So you're 100% right, my brother. But a woman, majority of our women in our community, once you already have it before you step to her.
Yeah, because remember I told you they have, even people agree in the chat that they automatically influenced by social media, by music, by television, by everything around them. That's what they soaking in. But mind you, if they have men on this panel right here, and we coaching them since they was young, like the women was young, like, hey, this is how. Well, I don't think it's a woman's job to teach another woman, man's job to teach a woman how to be a woman. But however, let's say push come to shove, some women have to be coached and retaught again. But let's say if one of them was our daughter, then we teach our daughter, like, look, You see what I'm doing as a man? Get a man like me. Most of the problem is the man is not at the home. They only see their mom going to work. The mom got 4 to 5 degrees. The mom she come home late. The mom have different boyfriend coming in and out of the house. That's all they see. And the mom, what they do? The mom give them a tablet and say, hey, watch this. Play with this. All that feeds into the child by the age of 4. So by she hit the age of 10, she already kind of see what society go. Okay, I want a man that got chain, gold teeth. He got a Ferrari on the driveway and he live in Overtown. No offense to Overtown. I respect Overtown, but I'm saying just for an example's sake. He lives in Overtown.
You're 100% something, and I want the people and who are listeners to understand that there's certain people right now who are living. And John Smith said this: white men in trailer parks are living like kings.
I don't know nobody living in the trailer park, so I can't really agree with that because I don't know anybody.
I know some. I've been in a few trailer parks back in
and we're just gonna go down to this. I'm gonna always tell a black man to get with somebody who like you, get with somebody who honors and respects you. But here's the thing: if you a double D John, I'm not supporting you. I'm not supporting. I'm not co-signing no nigga who's fucking mad hoes. If you're not a good Christian man or a good Muslim man who wants one woman, now if you into polygamy, that's a different thing. But find you a woman who loves you and you make sure you take care of her. The thing that I'm saying is women, we need you just as much as you need us. We're not intimidated by your success. We're not intimidated by your education. We just want to be acknowledged. And if you're not acknowledging the 30% of men that you don't want, which is the 30% of men who date out their race, who 9 out of 10 times you can persuade them not to leave if you show them that, hey, we accept you as well, just the way you are. You would not know. A lot of these men can put you in a position where you can live well, where you want, and you do not have to deal with the same amount of men that everybody else wants. Because let's be honest about something. Most women who are dealing with the top 10% of men, they're sharing them with other women. Let's be real about it. Like you got a lot of dudes in Atlanta who really get money. They're all fucking the same girls. And all the same girls, they all know they having sex with the same guy, having babies with the same guys. The Real Housewives of Atlanta proves that to us. One girl is marrying some other girl's ex-husband.
Facts. Yeah.
But she could live her life with a this is why I gotta respect K. Michelle. She went and got her a dentist. A regular dude. And that's really what we want to say. Black kings, get with listen, don't date no woman who's dated, don't date no black woman who's dated street niggas. Matter of fact, don't date no woman who dated a street nigga. Because her mentality is not on the same tip you want. She want a nigga with drip, not a nigga with mentality.
Yeah, but that was I always tell people, we have conversation. I always say that our culture today is trash because we highly promote rappers as successful men. You get what I'm saying? So those are things that the women are looking towards is trash. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So what can you expect if a woman, because a woman could be easily be led. I don't know why men think it's hard to lead women. Women can be easily led. Even women could disagree with me all they want to. Women can be easily led if they get the right type of man in front of them. Because our job as men, we're supposed to vet our woman. We're supposed to mold our woman to what we want her to be.
Facts.
And what can she impart into us? But the problem is, in our generation, Hakeem and Jordan, we wasn't raised with our fathers. That's the thing. We was not raised with our fathers. We was raised with our mothers. So we get a woman, we think that woman is like our mother, which she's not.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's funny you say that. A lot of women want us to follow their program.
Correct. Because they was raised to be men. They was raised to be men. Even TD Jakes just recently said that when he was preaching like 2 weeks ago. You're like, the women today are raised to be men. And whose fault is that? He said it's the women's fault because they raised them to be men and not to learn how to depend on the man.
Listen, most black women think most black men are stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Yeah, I hear that going around too. Yeah, most of them think black.
Listen. They'll look at you, see, nigga, you ain't even supposed to be having no opinion. Who the fuck you think you is? That's how most women look at you. Look at me. I've even been chastised about having my own opinion too.
Me too.
They say they even say to you, hey, why don't you open your mind up a little bit more? You don't think we don't think we're open? We're a black man in America.
Right.
You don't think, listen, that's enough to understand that. We when we go out, we worrying about being judged, disrespected, chastised, saying we're inferior. And then we got to come home to deal with our mate who said that, hey, John, you're not trying hard enough. Our relationship, I love our relationship, but Tina's husband is making twice as much more than you. Not only I don't like what you have on.
Instead of not doing that, King, how about you inspire your husband? Hey, you the shit. I know you can do this.
Listen,
you've been there so long. You are the man. You are my king. You got this.
Listen, she should be rubbing your head. King, I admire you. I love you. You're smart. You're intelligent. Go out there and take care. Baby, I appreciate you taking care of our family. I've yet to heard that recently outside of my own family.
To be honest with you, some people may disagree with me, but I don't think a man is even supposed to pray. I think the woman's supposed to pray over the man.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
And nobody never heard that before. But I think a man is not even supposed to pray. The woman's supposed to go and pray over the man. The man's supposed to go by his business. She's home praying for him to make sure his day goes right. Make sure his day, everything doors open up for him. Stuff like, because the woman, remember, she's your helpmate. The stuff the man's not supposed to do, the woman's supposed to do for him. So the man don't have time to study. The woman's supposed to study for him and educate him on a certain aspect of, hey, so you can go out there and get double the money and go get the bag.
Listen,
but that's a whole nother topic there in itself.
That's a whole nother topic, boy. You about to get yourself in trouble.
And let me add that into that. I was listening to Tupac, Me Against the World, right?
Yeah, good album.
That's what we men do when we go out. It's me against the world. I was listening to that all day. That's how we men feel. It's me against the world. Even though I got my wife and kids, if I go out there, it's me against the world. It's me against every motherfucking guy. Everybody. I want to go out and dominate. Okay, if it's me against the world, I'm going to dominate all you motherfuckers. I'm sorry that I cuss. I'm dominating all you.
But listen, most black men are TTG, trained to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
When it's time to take care, when it's time to defend our family, to go eat, to go die, we start thinking that sometimes I pull shit out my pocket. I say it's time to go. I'm about ready for death right now. But a lot of women can't appreciate that. They want to have some sort of control over you.
Right.
Yeah.
When a woman's supposed to be your peace, I have enough stress in my life for a woman to tell me what to do every day. For a woman to correct me, queen. And when I say queen, you know that's a term of endearment for a beautiful black woman, the darker to the lighter one, queen. When I'm telling you, you're only losing the Pokemon niggas because the women who are rubbing their heads say, baby's gonna be all right. Don't let Mr. Charlie hurt you. You got this, babe. You got this, babe. Certain men, and I don't want to condone this. You got certain men who deal with, and I'm not saying black women haven't done this, but sometimes women who have a cultural situation going, and let me also say something. Black women in America have a culture. There's aspects of the culture that needs to be re-educated.
Preach. Yep. I agree.
You have certain women. There's one point I want to say. You have certain women, like women of another race, who they might go through shit with their husband. Let's say, far as say cheating and stuff like that. There's an instinct to say that I need to work this out. Not saying it's good, but the mindset of what it is to try to be resilient to keep her family together. Because she knows she made a conscious decision to build this family. Because here's the funny thing is, and I just want to put a reality out to a lot of people. If you leave your husband today, 9 out of 10 times you're not gonna find another man that's just like him, especially if you've been with him for quite a period of time.
No, but I can't. The crazy thing is, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who is married. I had a conversation with him. I told him that when I'm starting to agree with and starting to believe as well that woman happiness doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore when you marry to that individual, and this is why. Because when the woman focuses on her marriage, that when divorce start happening, that when change start happening, that when all this infidelity start happening, that when stuff goes to haywire. But if the woman just focus on just being with the man automatically is gonna make her happy. He's gonna do it naturally without even trying. But the thing what women use a lot in this society of like, baby, I'm not happy. So the man feel like he gotta go do something. He gotta do it. So he overworking himself, and then what always happen? The man always end up cheating.
Oh no, definitely. But let's be certain reasons. If a man do cheat, a woman say it's on him, it has nothing to do with us. Let's be real about something. It's the same thing where women say when they fed up, they go off and do something else. Sometimes you're the problem, and it shouldn't be not wrong to take accountability for that. When problems start, they don't want to stop it. They say, you should be happy you with me, nigga. I've heard women say that.
You already know women kind of think like a child a little bit. Like, especially if she's spoiled, she think like a child a little bit. So you got to deal with her on the aspect of a child. Because, like, how you do a child, like, baby, you did a child, like, you talking to that kid like, hey, you did that wrong. You're like, no, I didn't. So you gotta conversate with her and communicate to her like, look, I saw what you did. Don't let it happen again. So women sometimes you gotta teach them like a child. So like you said earlier, sometimes you gotta retrain. The black woman need to be retrained. And I totally agree. Some of them need to be retrained. Not majority of them who was raised in a 2-parent household. Some of them are successful. Or raised with their father. They are successful as wives. You see it all the time. Like my sister's a prime example. My brother dating somebody is a prime example. Like those people, they you can see the difference when they were raised with 2 parents or the father was in their life compared to someone that wasn't. But
we're in a situation, we're in a situation where I seen a page called Black Love, and there was a point. This is a TikTok page where this woman said on there, which I totally had an issue with, but you know me, I'm just a different person. Where the lady said, oh, he had to learn how to love me. He had to learn how to do this. Then I didn't hear nothing reciprocal. So he's putting 100% of his energy in there. So she's able to love him the way she feels like it and not cater to him, but he has to cater to her. Oh, when I want to be left alone, I want to be left alone. That's not a relationship. When it's not balanced and it's topsy-turvy, men always overcompensate just to make other people happy. Nobody asks us what we want. Nobody asks us what we like. We should just be happy and shut up and go to work. Because the thing about it is, let's be honest about it. There's a census amongst a lot of women who says that men are just expendable. Men are just expendable. Not the ones who are doing self-improvement. Not the ones who are in the gym. Not the ones who are building their stuff. Not the ones who study educating themselves. Listen, you might laugh at the nigga who's stocking at the grocery store. You don't know if he's building a plan or studying on coding at night, and you looking at him and say, don't wait to get a finished product. You should snatch while the product is being built. When God finished me and etched me to be a version of himself, you think I'm gonna take anything less than godness? I'm going after the best of the best, creme de la creme, shrimp on scampi. I'm not just gonna be dealing with whatever. I don't mind dealing with nobody now if they understand my program and they're willing to make me happy. Shit, I'm willing to make you happy. Men are always gonna overcompensate. That's just who we are. We do more. Listen, we'll go out. We'll have less money to make sure our women happy because it makes us feel good knowing that we can provide.
And the thing is, it's like we want to make sure our women have it easy. We want to make sure they have it easy. That's what we're here for, just to make sure make it easy. That's why we go out in the world, for us to make it easier for you. And for men, we kind of enjoy doing that. Because I know I enjoy doing that, going out in the world, make it easier for my wife. And I'm still striving to make it easier for my wife. Because right now, she thinks she's still on cloud 9 right now. We talk about it her day. You on cloud 5. You ain't experienced cloud 9 yet. We gonna get there. And I promise her
But
that.
you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? How can you see how Jordan naturally automatically does it?
Yeah.
He don't have to be told. He does it naturally.
Naturally.
Things start happening when a woman start demanding certain things. You don't have to demand certain things from men. We already have it in us. What we want you to do is just pray for us and we go about our business. That's it.
Right. Listen, fix us a sandwich and stop complaining. Let me grab the wheel, baby. Listen,
but I think my point is, to me, if a man gonna continue to date his race, but even if you date outside his race, you still gotta learn how to vet your women. That's the problem. Men are not vetting their women.
That is facts. Because listen here, you got some white girls who'll run circles around you.
Yep.
They'll get you for the bag. You got some white ones and some Hispanic ones. We're not saying that dating out is the best thing either. You are right. You got to vet. But I want to ask this question that this guy in the comment asked. He said, who did God made in the image of when he spoke?
Himself. That's what I was saying. A man is the image of God, and a woman is like in the form of the Holy Spirit. So because the woman brings wisdom, and she brings insight to the man, and the man go about his business. That's why it's a two-way street. God is always, you already know that the Father Almighty is the supreme source. Then comes the man, then comes the woman, then comes the child. But if the woman know her place and know exactly what her purpose is in that marriage or in the guy she's dating, the man can move mountains.
Lord Jesus.
And also the people who don't believe in God or whatever, who are atheists. Look at nature. Look at nature. If you don't want to believe biblical stuff, look at nature.
Facts.
Look at like the animals to that when a lioness when it's her alpha male, or when going to the gorillas when they go to the silverback gorillas. Look at the nature of it. It's that's the natural way. If like I said, if you want to do something unnatural, you will have natural imbalances. It's not going to flow. It is not going to flow. So, like I said, if you believe do biblically, do it biblically. If you're not do biblically, look at the natural way, because that's how it is. I'm sorry, that's how it is. But if you do it naturally, you will have a long, successful, happy, and genuine life. Period.
100%.
Question, Prime Example, Hakeem and Jordan. Do you ever hear anybody in the Bible or anybody that pray? You ever heard them question God? They'd be like, no. They'd be afraid to question him. Why? Because his law is the supreme law. Whatever he say, he goes. A man is supposed to be an image of God. We're supposed to walk in that same image. Our way goes.
Hey, Ronnie, somebody in the comments, I think this is a woman, I'm not sure. Devent, she say, what is the woman's place? Outline the duties of a woman versus a man. If not already, I'm just joining.
No, but I already told her what is a woman's place. A woman's place is to do whatever the man is requiring her to do. For example, someone like me, I'm always working, and I came in Jordan, we work like crazy. So we always working. Sometimes we may not have time to pray or may not have time to meditate. It's a woman's job to do that for me.
Yeah.
So the vein comes is where if I'm dating somebody or I'm talking to somebody, I would tell her like, look, this is what I want you to do. You gotta give her some form of responsibility. This is what I want you to do in this relationship. I want you to pray for me. I want you to give me insight of what's going on in the world. I want you to let me know what's going on in the daily stocks. I want you to let me know pretty much what's going on, or whatever I have going on for myself. So she can better me. In exchange, it's going to better her. Then she'll be able to get the Gucci bag, the Louis Vuitton, and all those good things because he's implying himself into me.
Preach. Brother, she's agreeing with you. And Queen, let me tell you something.
I just got her turned on, Hakeem.
Yeah. No, she agreed with you. And Queen, when we speak as men, we're not here to control our women. We're not here to be oppressors to you. But of course, you are our partner. You are co-captain on this ship, but you have to allow us to be men and allow us to work in our masculine frame. You feel me? Allow us, and some people say, oh, gender roles don't make sense. Let me tell you something. If it didn't make sense, why marriages prior before 1970 lasted longer than here? We are working out of order. You feel me? Sweetheart, as a man, I grew up in a two-parent household. I know my place as a man to be a protector, provider. I want my woman not to work. I want my woman to enjoy her life.
Preach.
I want her to be able to not to be stressed. This is why I know submission costs. We all understand that, and we work and strive that. But for us to be in that place, a woman has to believe her man, not to question him, not to challenge him, but to trust him and to follow the will of God. Because if you follow the will of God, you'll understand that your man is the one he's going to do what he's supposed to.
Not only that, but I can't enjoy it. I think all y'all could agree. We supposed to be in the position that the woman's supposed to go to work and be like, one day, man, I want to quit.
Yeah.
That's the position we're supposed to be in. But the problem is, the man today, we're not taught. You see, we're not taught that. I had to learn that from you guys, from my mentors, and listen to people online. Like, most of the stuff I'm getting now, I didn't learn that from when I was yay high. Now, I did have my father in two parents' household. My dad was there in my life. I'm grateful for that. He was there. He was a hardworking man. He showed me how to work hard to grind and get the bag. But there were certain areas I was missing until I hang around men. That way, a woman know when a man's hanging around men because he walk a certain way. He talk a certain way. He don't got time for foolishness.
Exactly.
Preach.
Exactly. And our thing is, it's like when a woman helps that man, you are helping them build the best version of yourself, which allows you that you as yourself is also building a better version of yourself, and you could just be relaxed and sit easy.
Preach.
And this is what we say to our women, to our Black women, like, yo, you gotta give that man inspiration. You gotta be able to work him, look at his views and keep pushing him. You keep pushing him and help him be the best version of himself. You know, it's gonna be very successful in the long run.
A woman is our muse. She is the paint that we use to paint the world that we want. Because let me tell you something, she meets up where we lack. She refines what we can. We can build the house, she decorated and makes it look good. We can make the money, she knows where to allocate it. Hey, I know my husband like this, let me get him this. Hey, I'm gonna just pay this rent off and pay this stuff off.
Yep, facts.
Why should we not work together, baby? But that only works when you don't try to compete with us. Sweetheart, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
What do you think why men date dumb women? It's not all ignorant woman. Because she's able to be coached. She's able to be teachable. To follow
not giving no problem.
No problem.
You listen, and to be honest with you, a lot of these women understand their place as far as being a man piece and know to be quiet, know to be seen, not heard, not to be disrespectful. Sometimes when a man is focused, he don't need no nagging. You feel what I'm trying to say? So you see it, and a lot of women got to understand this is why men enjoy the occasional company of a prostitute.
Yep.
And I'm just saying the attributes and the aspect, she goes, please him, she shuts up. He gets to vent to her. She listens. She gives her points. She doesn't overstep her boundaries. She doesn't say, hey, be a man. Nope, she doesn't say that.
All I can say is it's an easy transaction. I'm paying something I know I'm paying for, I know I'm going to get. That's it. I ain't getting nothing else. I'm paying what I'm getting on, that's it. That's all.
But it's the same thing. It's the same form of marriage. Same thing. Because remember when you do the same thing with a woman, the man, what in exchange would the man give? The man give her a nice home. He give her a nice driveway. You figuring he give her clothes, everything she ever wanted. He's gonna make things happen for her because she's doing her job as a woman.
Listen, the young lady in here asks, what about when a woman holds a high executive position? I'm in a legal profession. The only way that works, if you're in a high position, queen, if you come home and still be a wife and not the lawyer when you come at the house.
Yeah, you gotta turn it off.
Listen, you leave your lawyer bag outside the house. You put your apron on when you come in. And the only reason why I say this, there's an NPR podcast about the CEO of Pepsi. She's an Indian woman. She said when she comes home, she's not the CEO of Pepsi. She's Kumar's wife. She cooks, cleans, washes his clothes. Now, mind you, she's one of the most powerful women in the world. But she says as soon as she come home, she's not the most powerful person. Her husband is that. If Queen, you leave your lawyer bag, you leave your paralegal bag, you leave your judge hat outside, and you become Mrs. Johnson when you come in. You become Mrs. Smith when you come inside. Hey, honey, how you doing today? Did you eat? Don't worry, honey. Let me get relaxed. I did. He might be the person just for you talking like this that, babe, I already take care of you. Baby, I already got you. You know what I mean? Or you being the wife that you is, if you love him so much, babe, I got us takeout. I just got off of work. Leave your lawyer bag outside. The reason why men don't want to deal with women in high position, they tend to want to emasculate us. They tend to want to use that as saying, I'm making more money than you, then you should listen to me. You're out of order, Queen.
Hey, Jabari made a comment. He said, man, that's hard for most women to leave their profession at work. And Jabari, I'm gonna tell you like this. If that's the case, women, marry your bosses. Marry your boss. If you feel that way, marry your boss.
Marry your boss.
If you feel that way, marry the boss. Because my thing is, like I said, because that profession, that job can fire you any day.
Preach.
By this time, they can fire you any day and get a better talent, and see a better talent that might be better than you. Go ahead.
Jordan, I don't know if you remember, Ronnie said this a couple podcasts, I think last year. He said the black women respect her boss more than she respect her man at home.
Yeah.
She respect the boss, then respect her man at home.
Because the man, and then some people use the aspect, oh, the man's giving her a check. The same thing with the husband. The husband giving her a check too. The husband giving you a place to stay, somewhere to lay your head. Now there is women making 6 figures. I'm not bashing, especially black women. There's a lot of black women that's that's executives, that's doing businesses, that's doing film. You know, I just recently came from a film where a black black woman did, and she did a great job with it. But at the end of the play, she even said it on the stage. She said, I learned myself as a woman, I gotta know how to turn it off.
You got to.
If I want to be successful in this dating game, or I want to be successful in marriage, you gotta know how to turn it off. Now, most women, like I keep saying, most women in these executive roles, there's someone, you know, is a hierarchy. There is a man governing over her. She's taking orders. So you as the husband, you have to learn how to be executive over her and tell her what is she supposed to do within this marriage. Most men, when a woman come home from work, the man not asking the woman anything. There is no, I'm saying, like Hakeem, you say there's no accountability. The man's not asking her anything. The man let her do whatever she wants. And that when the woman feel like she's in power, okay, I'm gonna take control, I'm gonna take power. Because someone has to lead her.
We're more scared to say something because she might say you're infringing on me. You're trying to stop me.
And that's fine. Because then there's also something called divorce. And there's also something called the door. Because soon you walk in here, is whatever I say goes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how man it has to be. And women, like I always say, women get stimulated by that because women love when a man put her in her place. Women loves that.
They do. That's why they like Double D Johns more than they like regular.
Because he gonna put her in her place. He gonna tell her to shut up. He's gonna tell her to be quiet. He's gonna tell her, hey, look, not right now, baby. Give me a few minutes. But us men, we feel like, oh, we don't have to do it because we worship these women like they're our mothers and they are not.
Basically.
Right. And the thing is, if the woman does those necessary things, you know how much protection and shielding you are, especially in a marriage?
Oh my God.
You are, to me, you are protecting and shielding like you never know. Not just for me, but for other family members. You are in the type of family that's like, yo, if like I said, if I go to Michigan, I'm not going to be protecting her. I got my boys, I got my friends, because they see, you know, how we're, like I said, they see it's like how, you know, how I treat my wife, my wife treats me. It's like, yo, I'm gonna protect mine, and then my boys, they see that I'm in a marriage, they're gonna protect that too. It's like, yo, you can't mess with that. That's Jordan shit. You fuck with Jordan shit, you fuck with me.
100%.
Family, like I said, you fuck with my mother, my daughter-in-law, you know, my son-in-law, that type of stuff. You fuck with me.
You're touching on something that's real big. This is why we need to get back in more of a tribal situation. And women, that's why I say single women should not. Women, if you're striving to be a wife, you need to hang around more wives. Because you know what I mean, he said something real pivotal where if his homeboy see he's married, he's gonna want to protect the sanctum of his marriage because they're married as well. Hey, now we're not doing that, but we all have to be in line. This is why it's more imperative that Black men need to be involved in their daughters' dating situations.
I agree. You said it. Yeah,
I said it. We need to be involved in our daughters' dating, our daughters' picking. We need to start vetting these men who coming over to the house. If the dad not there, the uncle got to be there. Sometimes if the big brother there, he needs to size him up.
And also,
you know what I'm saying?
And also, I will try to, like I said, I will vet the family too. Bring them up to dinner. Hey, y'all dating? Hey, come on, let's have some dinner. Let's talk.
Yeah. So that's why I say it's a negative when a woman don't bring a man home. It's a very big negative. I don't care how many times you have to bring a man home, because you want to know why? If he doesn't show that he's a good man, you put yourself in a disservice. You know what I'm saying? And there's one other point I wanted to say back that I didn't get a chance to say that. It's for the woman with the legal profession. This is why if I ever date somebody who's in a high profession, my main goal is to get her out of her job so she won't work anymore. Because I don't ever want her to get to a point in her mind where she feels like she's going to start running shit, where she feels like she's going to start to be on top of me. No, we still a team, baby. That's why submission costs, and I'm willing to work twice as hard to have a submissive woman than a woman who's on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
You got to catch what I just said, that I'm willing to spend twice as much money to get a woman who is submissive than a woman who's on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Most women are on a mission, and their mission has nothing to do with men. Their mission has to do with their schools. Their mission has to do to pleasing their mother and their fathers, but their mission has nothing to do with aligning with a man. And when you don't align with the man, you out of order in God.
Drop mic.
That's a mic drop. What more we need to talk about women? And if you don't understand what we're saying, we're the real men that are speaking for men who potentially could go over the cliff. Could, not saying we will, because we still love Black women. We date them. We can't see it, but there's a lot of men who are in our positions who are almost over the cliff. And we're the men who are investing in crypto. We're in coding boot camps. We're studying IT. You know what I'm saying? We're working at jobs. We're putting money away. We're starting LLCs. These are the women, you know what I'm saying? These are the women who might not look at us and say, hey, you waiting to the finished product. But imagine this, Mighty Soul want to get you, Mighty Soul trying to get you before the product is done.
Yeah. It's a competition. Yep.
And they already started with these celebrities, with the entertainers and athletes.
Listen, the guy from No Jumper, Adam 22, he said something that was real pivotal, that a lot of men in the top 10% are not dating Black women anymore. It was a clip that they shown, and he explained why. Y'all need to go watch that clip because it's very damaging. Why do you think we don't see a lot of our queens up on the top with a lot of these successful men? They could be there.
It's a very few, but yeah, you're right.
A lot of them could be there. A lot of you queens could be at that top 10%. Why are these men not choosing you over them? Let's not say that we have mommy issues. It's a couple things now. I don't want to touch on them because you want to know, so we don't want to get banned. He said, hey, one dude said you lost me when you said crypto.
we said crypto.
Because crypto's down.
Crypto's crashing. It's
crypto down. But there is some crypto that's doing well.
There's a crypto.
Yeah, even Bitcoin's up. I think Bitcoin's up right now 20%. So it's 20%,
like
there is some crypto that's doing good. But it's not financial advice. It's all opinion based.
All opinion based.
Research.
Bitcoin, Cardona, Avalanche, and Shiba Inu, if anybody wants to know. But
I do regular stocks, but people into crypto. So
listen, our brother here said the Indian female CEO is a feminine at house because her South Asian culture is still traditional.
I told you they were raised with a traditional base. most black women are raised within the hood, like they're in the city girl life.
Can I tell you something? I want to talk about this because before 1970, the brother Hub of Southwind said, prior before 1970, there was a tradition of Black American women who were submissive then. I'm not going to exclude that. The problem is when the 80s came in, we lost them. And that's where we need to, that's the point of time we need to tackle to understand what happened in the 80s, the 90s, to give us the 2000s, where
Correct.
women have no clear respect, they're sexually unpromiscuous, they feel like they're sexually liberated, they can F with who you want, when you know body count is a serious thing to men. You got a high body count, only thing you're going to marry is a weak man. I'm going to repeat that again. If you have a high body count, a man of substance is going to think twice about marrying you. Sexual liberation has done nothing for Black women but made them look like buffoons in front of the eyes of the culture. Not only that, though, it's sad to say that our own women are being very over-sexualized, and some women perpetuate the narrative when I know that's not the truth. I know a lot of successful Black women who are not like that, but you have some women who will go and twerk in the middle of a restaurant, go and twerk in the middle of the thing. And if you have the Shannons and I'm talking about the regular Black guys, I'm not talking about the 85% that date y'all. I'm talking about the ones who are almost over the cliff. They might think twice. Now, our brother here say example is what happens to Asian woman a few days ago who was deleted by her husband because she was on social media. You heard about that? The Asian woman who got deleted?
No, I ain't heard about that one.
Heard about that.
Her issue was, and this is the thing too, at this point I want to give, we're going to start wrapping this up. This thing I want to give. A lot of women in America, he says, what this dude say, Sewer Rat says, not to change the subject, but I never heard of a crypto millionaire. Sewer Rat, there's many crypto millionaires.
It is, especially
many crypto millionaires. And
listen, there's a lot of them.
Sewer Rat, this is not a financial show, but you need to just invest a little bit at a time.
There's a lot of them in New York. Actually, there's a crypto millionaire that's buying one of the properties in Manhattan right now.
One of the properties in Manhattan.
Because the thing with them crypto millionaires, they invest in Bitcoin early when Bitcoin was like 10. So that's how they became a crypto billionaire and millionaire. That's the whole issue with them. Yeah.
Sure, Rat. This is crypto and no different than stocks, bonds, and stuff. You have to invest, sit, and hold. You're not going to make money right in there. You got to hold when the price go up so you can sell. That's a quick thing. So the thing I wanted to say this, a lot of our Black women are quick to go to social media to talk about their problems and their issues with Black men. That's the reason, that's your issue. A lot of American women now are starting to get accustomed to that, to go to TikTok, to talk about.
Right, yeah.
So this is why tradition trumps modernism. I'll take a traditional woman any day, anything. Right now, if I meet a woman and she has a social media, and if it's not for business, and if she's on there just constantly, it's going to be an issue for me. It's going to be an issue for me. And that's what we say now.
You know why? And I'm going to tell you the people why. It's because it's the look at me effect. Mm-hmm. It's the look at me. Period. It's definitely the look at me effect. Look at me, look how good I look. And when them likes start hitting, it gets addictive. Oh, let me post more. Da 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 da. Look at me, look at this, look at me, da 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 da. And it gets addictive. But go ahead, Akeem.
That's it. So that's really all I got to say on this. And this is my word for advice for a lot of people. I want to first off, please, everybody hit that like button. Let's get the engagement on. We're about to end this soon, and we want to give our final points. And if anybody want to drop something in the comments, you want to tackle before we leave, the point that I'm trying to say is, I want us to get married. And the women who are listening to us, and anyone, we promote marriage here. But for that to work, our women, because let me tell you something. the men we select, but y'all do the wrong choosing. Because at the end of the day, we go out and seek you, and you have to allow us to pick you. And if you choose the wrong one, you're going to be in the wrong position. I want you to think twice when you think about choosing a husband, and think about the guy who you probably least likely not want to deal with, because your husband is in your friend zone. Your husband is in your friend zone. And I'm going to say that, and I want to say the word to the wise, don't knock it until you try it, because you could be pushing a good man away to the other side.
No, and my final thought is, you know, I'm kind of hopeful for our future. I think the future is going to start changing, because I think women are now starting to get it, because as women is getting older, they're seeing their bed become more and more emptier. The mans are leaving them. The man's going, like you say, now they created something called travel bros. They're going overseas to get these women to bring them back to America and to wife them up. A lot of women are going to start realizing the truth, and they're going to realize that, hey, I need to put myself back in the position where I was birthed to be, and that's feminine, friendly, you know what I'm saying? And it's just to find the guidance and the leadership of your man. Our job as men is we're supposed to lead you to the promised land. But God, dog it, let us lead. That's my final thoughts.
My final thought says back in the 60s, 50s, and 40s, we had tradition in our Black community.
Yeah.
We had great tradition in our Black community. And all we're trying to do is build it back up so we can, procreate and just have a more stable position in our Black race. That's my final thoughts.
And there's any questions in the chat before
let's check it.
Before we go.
John Smith said some women think they are starting their own reality show. That is the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That is the truth. A lot of y'all living in delusion. A lot of y'all think we live in a hip hop reality show. No, we're real men. We got real jobs. We have 401ks. A lot of us are not in Lamborghinis or scat packs, and you'll be a fool. We have regular careers. I don't know if anybody else dropped something in the link before we end this. Press the like button. Drop something in our YouTube family. Let us know if there's something you want us to tackle. And sewer rap, Coinbase, Binance, top 10 crypto. That's all you should invest in. This is not investment advice. There's crypto millionaires all over. You know what I'm saying? The top 10 crypto. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, I can go on and on. You know what I mean? CRO, Luna, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You got to study. You know what I mean? Get educated on it.
And so right, just be on the lookout. We're going to try to get one of the cryptos investors on the show, so you can probably answer some of the questions you may have, someone that's actually in the field when it comes to crypto. Hakeem's in the field as well. He's actually, does crypto. Yeah. But we want to make sure you get the right advice from the right source.
I'm heavy into crypto. I buy Bitcoin every week, baby.
Me too.
I buy Bitcoin every week. I'm trying to buy an island.
Yeah. So if there's no more question, we think you get no more question, right?
No more questions. Yeah.
Yeah, but we thank you guys for tuning in each and every Sunday, man. We love you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell on the right-hand side, because this week we have a lot of interviews coming up. A lot of people, a lot of guests. It's going to be a fun week, so just be on the lookout. So make sure you hit the notification bell on the right-hand side. Thank you for tuning in to KR Culture Radio. We love you guys. We out.
And here's the thing. If any of y'all got a topic that you want us to talk about, you can inbox us, send us topics. We always taking topics. We always talking about whatever. You hit us up.
Yeah.
KR Culture Radio.